up at your dance, up and come look that night, and no, his stuff's out of this world.
It really is. It really is. And you're right, it captures that whole Celtic element. It's not just the creative side of it, it's the charity side of it. It's bending over to just do anything he can for other supporters clubs and functions and K-Nos and whatever he can, it's brilliant. He came back recently, of course, when we had the inimitable Paul Larkin coming to town with the shambolic, with the showing of the Asterisk years.
We heard about that. I heard that was fantastic.
It was a great night. We heard a lot of abuse coming from you after it, so I'll gloss over that.
Move on.
It's friendly abuse, Richard.
It was much appreciated. No, so we had John there, and you seen the kind of next stage where he was bringing in things like the frames again, but T-shirts and mugs and Brother Wilfred stuff and all sorts of interesting photographs put together that fans just haven't seen before, and it was fantastic. So he had a great night then. But he's moved on to something else, and he's moved on to bigger things. And that's something I'm just going to kind of tease the listeners with. We're going to be showing within that. And when I say showing, that's what I mean, because what we're going to do is a wee HomeBhoys Extra, is we're going to do a audio podcast so that you can download and listen to it, but we'll also make sure there's a YouTube version of it as well, because these are things you've literally got to see to believe. And the other wee kind of teaser I'll put in, it's going to be in a special venue very close to Celtic Park, and there's some interesting stories actually behind the venue itself and how John has become involved with it and where the venue is now going with the guys that are involved with it and how different supporters clubs can enjoy it. So there's a few wee interesting storylines we're going to try and weave together, and we're going to get that done over the next couple of weeks. I've got plans to meet him and start recording next week, and then we'll get it edited as soon as possible, and we'll get it up for the Hill Media guys to enjoy, and they can listen to it and watch it when they can.
So is it safe to say, Richard, that now the little one is what, 2 now?
That's it, 2 last month. Yep.
Eva.
Evie. Yep. No, remember that. Yep.
Right. So Evie's 2 now. You're firmly back in the Hill Media saddle.
You're always a man for a set-up, aren't you?
I'm just teasing the information. Just teasing the information.
He never left. He was always just sitting. He was always just waiting.
Here, Richard, listen. I've got one coming in June or July. So
I was delighted to see
you got
by number 3 as well.
Coming in June and July. You'll even be in Harper.
I mean, a kid
that wasn't.
And remember, Joe, we want to announce it near the time, but we can tell listeners there's going to be a live podcast for the birth as well, isn't
absolutely,
it?
Yep, absolutely. HD. Me and Richard have lined it up. There's going to be a live. It's got a fan cam.
Oh, come on! Any sponsors involved?
Really gent. Harper's doing the first live delivery with a bottle of Gordon's gin in him.
I think we could make that happen.
Plus, here, Harper, aren't you a registered reverend? You can fucking baptise a child as well.
Yes.
Harper the Baptist.
Oh my God, this show just taking a nasty turn.
I am an ordained reverend of the Universal Life Church of California.
Oh, Christ almighty. And I bet there's an internet certificate to go behind that.
Absolutely there is.
Yeah. I'm not printing it off, but there is one.
He has a tattoo in his arm.
Brilliant, guys. Well, listen, I wanted to thank you for giving us a wee approval to become a roving reporter for the HomeBhoys.
Richard,
I'll do my best to keep up the high standards.
Under contract now, look.
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
We'll get the paperwork sent up to you imminently, mate. Don't worry. 3 copies, one for you, one for us, and one for the lawyer.
Signing initial.
At the end of the day, for the stuff John's done in the Celtic Supporters Association, a lot of the photos have been on the internet. It's unbelievable. The stuff really isn't. And see, the thing is, see, being a Celtic supporter, how many iconic photos is there? There's tons.
Oh God, I know exactly the line.
And he brings new ones out.
That's it. I see one recently of Jack Stein chasing the Inter Milan manager across the pitch. I'd never seen it before.
That's right.
Our Joe got John one for Christmas, and it's one of the fans running on the park at Lisbon, and it's for an angle that I've not seen before. It's an absolute beauty.
One of my favourite ones is Jack Stein kissing the trophy. Is he in the bath or he's in the bed or something?
It's in the bed.
He's in the bed. Brilliant. I love that one.
Do you know what? And Richard, don't blow too much smoke up your ass, but well, anyway, it'll be good because you're doing it. No, but I mean, you've done some great stuff, and you've been sadly missed. And I hope this does bring you back in to do more stuff because you're a fantastic addition to the online Celtic media. And you've been missed. I'm not just saying that.
I gotta say, Richard,
maybe I am. I've had about 7 gins, but
it's just the gins.
I gotta say, no.
But he's off the drink.
He's off the drink.
That's right.
He's only on the drink. He's off the drink. But I gotta say, here, I gotta back it up.
I've actually balanced my bottle of tonic water on top of the gin here. I'm going to take a picture of it.
Fucking dynamo here. Here, I'll back that up, Richard, because I mean, to be honest with you, see, when I was writing that "Was We Still One" song, I was like running around the local park listening to the Astro Years audiobook. That's how I gathered the information I needed for that song.
Right.
Listen to the audiobook. So I mean, and that was your tune. So at the end of the day, I mean,
let's face it. Let's keep blowing smoke up the Richard. I tell you that. See that supporters club. That supporters club, the Carluke Shamrock, that was just a normal Celtic supporters club. Everybody in fucking Europe knows it now. You know what I mean? And that was just a wee Celtic supporters club. Wasn't even like I don't know, to be honest with you, mate. I don't think he's that many members and stuff like that. And then he's grew it and he's sort of created something. Then obviously with the podcast, everybody knows he's now, within the Celtic community. So, and I think a hell of a lot of that is down to you, mate. That comes for Johnny. So that's not said lightly. So there you go, mate. So much kudos.
You're very kind. You're very good. I've had a lot of kind of contact since it, so I think that's what Michael's pushing for. There might be a wee meeting soon to try and construct some kind of plan that will make it work. You never know. Watch this space. But my eyes are on the prize with this particular special to do for John and that. So we'll get that out of the road first. And if we can bring TikTok back as well, then that'll just be a neat bonus.
Can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to see it.
You can't bring back TikTok. You just signed a fucking contract to be your fucking Pete Best.
Pete Best.
I could leave
fucking Stu Sutcliffe.
TikTok with Vincent. He could be the new co, and I'll stay with the homeboys. Brilliant. Right, guys, will you away and get your other callers' opinions on things and keep up the fantastic work, but Richard, try and keep down gin drinking.
Richard, mate, always a pleasure, pal.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy. Cheers.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, sitting in the wings for the past half hour.
Joe, because I'll forget, right, before we get to James, just I've got a tweet for Pat of Melbourne, our good friend Mincy Head, to the Half the World Away podcast, and they done a podcast last Friday, which was the first one in months, but they're going to be back again this Friday. So everybody can tune in that. It's normally on about lunchtime, noon the UK time. So that was just a tweet for Pat of Melbourne. There you go.
So, once again?
What?
Once again? No?
Once again, what?
Say it again.
All right. Do I have to get an Australian accent? G'day, Harper. Can you please give a wee mention at the end that we're hoping to do a Half the World 88 show this Friday.
Is that Texas, Australia?
Pat's Scottish.
Aye. But
Australia.
Plus, he's not from fucking Arkansas either.
He's
not Bill Clinton, for fuck's sake.
Flaming Galah.
Flaming Galah.
So there you go. Anyway, tune in to the Half World Away podcast this Friday. It's always good crack.
I'm delighted we've offended all of Australia. James.
For fuck's sake, I was falling asleep here. What how are you doing?
Did you have a good dream?
I was unfortunately.
He dreamt he was on the HomeBhoys.
Can I just say, I was looking at the 43 new signings for Sevco's got for Newcastle, and it looked like they were sitting waiting on a prostate examination. They were going to get it right up and we did on Sunday.
They couldn't have looked fucking happier than Aaron Lennon did to say it forever. Did you see that?
You've done a wee sabbatical for here, but you've always been reading in the joke books, have you?
No, I don't need a joke book. I've got a postage stamp full. Can I just say that I thought Ronnie's tactics were brilliant in the second half for the simple reason is, see the shit pitch, all we needed was some bad injuries on that pitch. We've got big games coming up, especially into Milan, and, back-to-back games. So to sit back, we knew they weren't going to fucking score. We had no chance. We could have been in fucking defence and wouldn't get by us. That's how easy it was. It was I don't know, it was like a bounce game for us, a training match, absolutely wonderful. And, my heart was saying, give us 10. But then when you think the bigger picture, hold on, we've got games coming up. What happens if Lustig gets another booting, then Matthews is injured? Those two brilliant players that cover that, with the fullbacks. And then you just have to look at it that way and say, it was fair. But to hear the Huns like Muller turning around and saying, we're much closer to them than people think. Aye, fucking John O'Groats for Land's End, for fuck's sake.
Aye.
Just loved it. By the way, you missed one of the banners. Other banner we had was same flies, different shine.
Aye, Jason was coining that phrase to me all week, and I thought it was absolutely fucking perfect. That's actually described the situation perfectly. I said it completely wrong the other way around at the start of the show, but there you go. That's
all. But as I said, I think the last few games we've had, when I was at the Kilmarnock away, Hamilton away, I didn't make the Motherwell game, but I've seen it online. But they've just been a stroll in the park for us. Absolute stroll. It's like practice games.
I have to say, I was probably the most done on the team recently on the show. Maybe had some wee arguments and that, and I think I'm still right what I was saying, but I'm definitely perked up, and not because of how we performed, because that was the Motherwell game especially, and the signings coming in. I just see things all the time. I do see advancing. I didn't see huge steps, but I see advancements all the time. I think we're getting a more settled team, which has been important. The transfer window, actually, I was surprised we didn't just send Tonev back to Villa and McCastle. I'm not sure who we've got McCastle for. He's playing in the African Nations, I think he's at the minute. But these guys, they just didn't fit in. We didn't need them. We've got guys who are signed to be Celtic players. And Guedetti, it's kind of what Tam was mentioning, Guedetti, and Jason sort of agreed with him that he's not our player. We've got Sepovich there, who's not done brilliantly, but he's not done terribly either. There's someone in there if you could get a run in the team. And I'm starting to lean towards that. I'd rather see him coming off the bench at the minute for Griffiths than Guedetti, because he's our player, he's there for the long run. I don't think we need these loan signings. We need Celtic players.
Did you see that one when Guedetti came on and he was trying to be too greedy? He was trying to be about 3 0, and he just fell there. And you're saying, obviously trying too hard.
He's probably finding himself under a wee bit pressure again, because suddenly he was the hero and now he's out of favour. But he probably is trying to do too much. But I just don't know. Loan signings they're great for what they are. They fill a void. But once you've got your own players there, I think, and if you've got players that are your players to fill their positions, well, I think you're better going with them. I don't see any future at all for Tonev and Wacko or McCastle, for instance. I just don't see the point of keeping them at all anymore.
What I would sort of counteract that with Harper is Jason Denier. I would love another year.
But Jason, that's the point. We've never brought in somebody to take that position, if you know what I mean.
Aye, but the thing is, I would love another year of him on loan.
Oh, aye, definitely.
Because there's absolutely no way we could buy somebody like him.
Oh, you're right. I'm 100%.
So that's the kind of difference. See if you get a lone player that's somebody that's well out your reach, that's going to be a future superstar. Yeah. Celtic, we'd need to be extremely lucky to sign somebody like that. And at the time when we sign him, he's not going to be the potential superstar. Because you're looking at your young guy, the young Norwegian boy that ended up going to Real Madrid. We looked as if we might have been in with a chance of that, and then Real Madrid came in. So you're kind of saying to yourself, if the scouts are looking at these players, they're not really going to come to us. But the only hope we've got to getting top-class youngsters like that is by getting them on loan. So with Denier, but I'm kind of with you in Guedetti. And see, to be honest with you, John Guedetti will need to watch himself.
Yep.
Because he's going to be out of contract with Man City. He's not really getting a platform with us.